Hello and welcome to a new inspiration pop-up. Hello, Bridget to South Africa.
Hello, Julia to Germany.
Ah, I just first want to know, my dear, how was your morning retreat? Just give a little wrap up.
You're so nice. You know what? More than anything, for me, I see it as creating a space of like-minded people that literally believe what I believe. And that is exactly what we're talking about today, about your healthy lifestyle. And when we can incorporate things, and you know what, like we were saying earlier, fasting is not easy. We could all stop eating, but we don't. Meditation is easy. We can all download an app, but we don't. And the reason we don't do these things is because it's very hard on our own. But to create a community, it just builds our own strength and our own well-being. So I've got another one coming on the 23rd of April. I'm doing another one. So yeah, I do. I really want to create this community of
And you
people.
didn't answer the question. How was it?
Very good. Very, very good.
Okay. So people were very pleased and had a nice time together. And the community feeling was the best.
Absolutely. 100%. Yeah. Yeah.
Say something about the space where you were. Is it like, where was it in
So
nature? Was it a kind of seminar center? What was it?
So outdoor in a garden, luckily, because we're going into winter. So it's a little bit, but beautiful garden, outdoor, under a tree, and people brought a mat, brought a pillow. You could lie, you could sit. I don't believe in rules. There are no rules. You must just be and do as you need to do, whatever that is. You can go walk away, you can go and sit under a tree on your own, whatever you need to do. But it's sitting outside in nature because in Hout Bay, you've got the beautiful trees, you've got the mountains, just sitting there in itself is quite calming.
January, we are doing it together. I'm so looking forward to it. Then we merge our virtual into a live session. We
Mm.
will see. So, all about community building and why lifestyle is the best medicine for a really good life. That's our subject for today. And yeah, why is it like this? Why is the best medicine in your opinion?
Well, I know from what we were talking about, which I definitely do want you to share with people about the whole fasting experience that you had. I just know that so many people I interact with will have some kind of challenge, whether it's anxiety, depression, stress, but they will have some challenge. It was not they weren't born with it. So, when you're born with dyslexia or some sort of condition, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do to change that. This is very different. A lot of the people I know, their conditions have come because of their lifestyle.
Mhm.
My belief is if you can make small changes and stick with those, and you can resonate with them and you start feeling the difference, because it takes a long time because it's natural, you're going to be healthier and you're going to be happier. And why would you not want that? Why would you not want that?
Yeah, I guess because we haven't really learned how to choose. Because for me, it was also for a long time that I did a lifestyle that was perhaps from my parents or what I learned or what the society wanted me or I thought they wanted me to be. No? And then when I chose my own lifestyle with traveling, with lots of variety, with meeting interesting people, doing interviews, doing everything what I want, I felt also better. No?
Mm.
And this is the thing what lots of people have, no? And also you say as well, and you read it everywhere, and I had it in my coaching training as well, that illness happens by choice. And then some people say, crazy, I haven't chosen a disease, or but it is your lifestyle or your thoughts sometimes as well, no? Because if you're always in this spiral of depressive thoughts, there can emerge pains out of it, or yeah, many strange things what we see also in our coachings, you and me, you know? Like, and I realize as well, when you work with this symptom, it there is a subject or a theme underlying it, under
Mm.
it, yeah. And this is sometimes people, when you say it the first time, that could, also not consciously that you have chosen it, yeah. But somehow, because of your conditions, it can be that an illness is chosen. That's why lifestyle choice is so important.
And also, how lucky are we? How lucky are we that we can do something about it? So, if you're somebody who is quite anxious and stressed and is an overthinker and could really benefit from meditation, but finds it very hard, you can find groups or be part of something, and you can work on that and change that if you choose to. If you're somebody who maybe wants to just tell us about your fasting. Why did you choose to go and fast? What was the driver behind that?
Because like two people I'm working with, because I still have sometimes like pains in muscles and joints. I'm thinking it's not connected to my tropical virus anymore, but it came up when I changed my lifestyle 2 years ago, so that I became independent. I had my own business and all this, and some people told me that fasting helps for diseases with pains, yeah. And so I just want to try it out. I did Vipassana with meditation. Okay, this was not because of the pain, it was just an experience, but I thought fasting is a thing that's on my list as well. So I wanted to try both, and as well to learn something about health and nutrition and all this. If you are a coach, I think you should need to know this. Yeah. And I
also,
did it. It was a self experience, yeah. So for me, it was crazy. At the moment, I would say I don't do it again. We will see how the effect is in some weeks. I just know that the body is now quite clean, but perhaps not as clean as I expected. Because if you have eaten or I don't know, taken for years, over 10, 20 years or more, perhaps 40 years. Yeah, shit in your body, then it doesn't come out in 7 days, no? So that I realized as well. So because I had really big symptoms from fainting, from big headaches, from vomiting, from everything. So I think nobody had expected it like this, because apparently I was in the group the only one who had these crazy symptoms, but still I'm alive, and I managed it to not to eat for 10 days and walk 10 kilometers a day somehow and manage it. Yeah. So it was good. And now I will perhaps change my nutrition plan, that's for sure.
Yeah, like we were saying earlier, I think if you can just find one or two things and just make a change with those things that you can actually stick with, because it's the consistency that's so important. So if you're able to change something,
to replace sugar, like with honey or natural sugar. This was a thing that what we learned, what was quite good.
Yeah, but the thing is with that, I mean, sugar is sugar, right? So it still continues that craving for something sweet. It's not eliminating it. So I was thinking more like, say you have one has 5 cups of coffee a day. Maybe you halve that. Maybe you have, I don't know, 2.5. Maybe you have 3. And you see how that goes for like a year. Because consistency with life is everything, absolutely everything. So looking at, it's almost like you do a check-in with yourself, and you look at where are the areas you need to make some changes, where do you need support, and where are you rocking it, if this is important to you.
Yeah, and also I would love to integrate like at least twice a day some vegetables or fruits, no? So sometimes I didn't think of it, so no, stuff like that. So like having a smoothie instead of, I don't know, something sweet or whatever, no? So it was a good experience, and I can say healthy behaviors is a good thing, no?
Also, just to end this by saying, in the long term, if you're wanting to keep your medical bills and your expenses down in the long term, this is the most cost-effective, affordable way to do it. It really, really is. And medical and doctors are so expensive
Yeah.
So if you can try and avoid that as much as possible, why wouldn't you?